Hey everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. That sounds like I need to call a plumber. There's a leak somewhere. You hear that? I think I'm standing right on top of the fish hut. Yes, I am. Okay, that explains it. There's some water inside there moving stuff around. That's what that sound was. I was like, that's not good. We don't have any plumbers in this world. I can't call a plumber. So in last episode, we actually went out and conquered another one of the mega giant mob thingies. And it was more of several mobs. It was a wooded mansion is what it was. Kind of a base kind of thing. I figured that would constitute... Okay, it's the arched gate. I'm like, what is that over there? I figured it would constitute one of the major mobs in the game. And it needed to be conquered. We needed to teach them a lesson, and we did. But it got me to thinking, doing all that exploring and looking around, we need something here in town that's going to reflect that we can kind of archive where we've been and what we've done. Hence this. Does that make sense to you? It's a path. It's a path. It's where we've gone and where we've been. Episode over. Thank you so much for watching. No, I'm kidding. So I've been trying before using torches like over here, just experimenting with how to lay out a road. And once I get a shape established that's starting to make a little bit more sense, I decided what would help solidify the look and give me a better feel. Because look, I'll show you this. Before I explain to you what I'm going to say, I'll demonstrate. So right here I've got an idea for road, but see how the way the torches look when you look at them? They're in rows, they're straight. Your eyes really can't make out a path. And when you walk through them, it's a bunch of fire and smoke, and it's slightly difficult to get a feel for what the road is like. So I didn't want to actually build a road, but I wanted something that would feel like a road, just so I could work it out. And I figured path blocks, that's easy. If I don't like it, boop, you just break it, you put it back, the grass will grow, everything will look fine. This is fine, this will work. Except for that right there, the grass won't get there. But this is all temporary anyway. But I like how that works. So this gives me a chance to kind of work out the details of where I want the road. Where I want the road and what I want it to look like. But over here is today's project where we're going to build. And we're going to build right on top of this little area right here. Now, this area right here is a remnant of where we used to originally have some sheep. And I think a rabbit got caught in there as well. This was kind of our temporary sheep farm until we transported a bunch of sheep way over underground over by the iron farm, which is still temporary. There's more sheep over there than there was over here, but even that build is temporary. We're eventually going to move them to a secret, undisclosed location here in this world, probably in Season 4. And I was going to do something right here to commemorate this, but I like this location for the build we're going to do today because it's going to fit the style and the theme of the this district right here. The municipal district. The more we took all your tax money and we're building nice buildings out of it district. Instead of the dirt shack kind of stuff that's going on over there. So I'm going to build a structure right here that's going to help us commemorate not only the last episode, but a couple episodes to come, and help us kind of archive what we've been doing in this world. Now, some of you probably kind of starting to figure out what that's going to mean, and some of you are still going, what in the world are you up to as usual, Piggy? Are you sitting there trolling us like you always do? And the answer is, yes, of course. Come on now. So I've got a little station set up here. We've got some materials going on, and I got to build some pistons. But here's something really funny. Here's something I wonder how many of you have ever actually had to do. We got to make cobblestone. We're in episode 90, and I have run out of cobblestone. And there's a reason. Because here within the past, I don't know, 10, 15 episodes, we've been using this, a Silk Touch efficiency pick with mending. So it's really awesome to go mining with that kind of pick, because whenever you find ores, you can just pick them up, and then you can come back later with a fortune pick when you need the stuff, and you can break it and get, the largest quantity of items out of those ore blocks as possible. But the problem is when you go mining with a Silk Touch pick, you pick up stone, you don't pick up cobble. So I have probably, 15 chests, double chests worth of smooth stone, and I have absolutely no cobble. And I need cobble because I got to build some pistons today. Which is just crazy. I never would have imagined that here in so many episodes into this world, I've been playing this world for 2-3 years now, and here we are, having to take smooth stone out of storage and break it and turn it into cobblestone. It's just crazy. It's ludicrousness. So I'm going to be over here for a few minutes gathering up some cobblestone. Usually I'm gathering up materials, which I guess I am technically, but not in the same way as you're used to. I'm going to be over here breaking this stuff up so that we can get ourselves some cobblestone. And then I'm going to get to setting up the foundation of this area right here so we can get today's build going. So I'm going to go ahead and break the rest of this up, get myself organized, and bring you back and show you what this is all about. I know, this is not what you expected to see, correct? I came up here for something that I stuck up here a long time ago and then forgot. Now watch. I can open my ender chest, but I can't open these chests. I'm not quite certain what happened. I think something to do with... I should have brought some building blocks. I got some building blocks, but I don't want to lose them down there. Let's see. Can we do this without dropping the iron blocks down? Uh-oh. Well, that's not going to work. Come here, you. Okay, that worked. Whew. Let's see if I can break that. Can I do this without falling? Oh! Whew! Heart Attack City. So why in the world can we not open that? I probably need to swap out these half slabs for, is that a stair? I can't tell. Okay, come on, Piggy. You've got solid blocks. Let's stack up. 2, 3. There we go. It is a stair. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit... Well, no, this isn't going to be a little bit, because I was going to try and put a half slab there. What would this look like if we just broke it? Come here, you. Oh, we can see the... we can see that from the outside, but I don't think that we'll ever see that block from the outside. Like, normally we're not ever going to end up over in that area, so we wouldn't see that. So what does this look like from the inside? Ooh, I got the stair. Okay, so yeah, I'll need to get some half slabs to finish that, because that's going to have like a weird little look being able to see out there. But let's see if I've randomly chosen the right chest. We've got 3 to choose from. It worked! So there's a ton of leather and books in here. I think at one time I had these books up here because I was going to make it where we could enchant books. And you know what? It might not be a bad idea to just leave those there, although we do have an enchanting station back at the mining area. So it might be better to do that. This might be better served if we leave like a bunch of sticks up here or something. So when we go to pull like diamonds out of here, we've got sticks. We've got stuff available to make tools. And I need to put all my valuables back in the ender chest. Well, I'll explain why they're not there as we make our way this way. So for the longest time, I kept having this issue where when I would load this world, sometimes it would go wonky crazy. And I would lose my character data. I would end up at spawn chunks. And all my contents of the of my inventory, my character's inventory, including the ender chest inventory, it would completely become annihilated into nothingness. And that has not happened. That has finally stopped happening. I think I've figured out some memory settings that were wrong on Multi-MC, which is the launcher I'm using to launch Minecraft. It is nighttime, isn't it? All right, let's go over here and sleep real quick. So I think it's safe. I think it's an all clear that we can call to put the stuff back in the ender chest and we won't lose it. Of course, knowing my luck, as soon as I put it back in, the game will go, "Oh, you're feeling safe, are you? Well, let's crank this up a notch, shall we?" But I'm going to give it a go. Probably what I'll do is this. Let's see, what is it over here? I'll take a screenshot, not of that. I think it was this. Oh, I have mending books here. I forgot about that. So see, I've got some, oh, and you can't stack Totem of Undying. That's interesting. But so I had some of that. Oh, I got a random inner chest there. Boy, I got junk everywhere piling up. I tell you what, you can't turn your back on me for more than a couple of episodes, or I will just start piling junk everywhere. If we don't have a storage space for it, then it's going to end up as a junk pile somewhere and stuff our face like we do. So I'm gathering up this leather, and I got some iron and some redstone ore. I don't know if I'm going to have enough redstone. But I've been gathering up a few materials off camera, and you can see that a little bit of a mess has happened over here. Went ahead and opened all this up because I'm comfortable with where that street is going to go, and I started making this build, but I haven't finished it yet. Figured I would bring y'all back on camera to show you a little bit of the progress. Maybe you can start to figure out what's going on, maybe not. And I'm trying to get this domed ceiling to work. I made it in a creative world to kind of work out the details, and it's a little tricky to build because, like right here, you have an upside down stair, and let's come up here and I'll show you. Like, I like the way that the final result looks, but it is a serious pain to build sometimes. So like we've got this upside down stair, and you've got half of it touching that. The problem is that you need to place this part kind of aiming at the top of a block to make it upside down. You can't do that unless there's a solid block here. So I have to put like dummy blocks and slap that down, and then remove this and put a half slab. And it's kind of like that all over the dome. I've only gotten this front little section up to here. And then we got a cap we have to put on top of it. So it's coming along nicely, but it's a little tedious to build. But I think the end result is going to pay off. It's going to be worth it. But I figured I would do some of this on camera. I like showing tricks and stuff, different little things that are fun to do, that like tricks or tips that I can pass on to other people. So there's this lighting thing that we can do. And I have to remember, okay, so here it is. So what I'm going to do is put upside down pistons, which in a small way is kind of a waste of materials because you're using pistons, but they're not actually going to do anything that a piston would do. But we're going to place these pistons like this. Where did the other one? There it is. I knew I'm like trying to navigate this thing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put light sources right here. Now, these torches might end up being temporary because what I don't want to have happen, I don't want the smoke from the torches making their way up where we can see them. If it ends up being where we can see the smoke, then I'll just come back with glowstone blocks and we'll swap those out. But what we've done is we've used pistons because they're yep, we can see the smoke, so that'll have to go. I'll get some glowstone for that, and I'll make sure it would be nighttime next time, and that way you can kind of see the actual result. But what ends up happening is the game sees piston blocks as transparent, and so you can pass light through it, but to the game player, the one looking at it, it looks like a solid block, and it looks kind of like the texture or detail you would see on a furnace. You don't actually see the piston. So it remains looking like this. I wonder what a right side up piston would look like. I think I avoided it because a right side up piston actually looks like a piston, and I didn't want people to look and see that. See how that does that? Like, I like the fact that the wood matches the rest in here, but I don't like the fact that when you see it, you know it's a piston. I wanted it to kind of be where you weren't quite sure it was. And so since you weren't quite sure, your eyes just accepted it as a stone block and went on about its business. But this is going to allow us to light up this room without actually having to put any lights in here that we can see. And that way we can reduce the fact that mobs might try to photobomb us in here, like Mr. Creepers and whatnot, while we're trying to build stuff. But the other materials that I gathered up over here is this. So we've got some sugarcane, I've got iron blocks, and redstone. Oh, and cracked stone there. We don't need that yet. Now I have to remember, is this the way to build this? It has been forever since I've built one of these. If we do that and we put redstone in the center, okay, it gives us a compass. Awesome. So now we've got the recipe for a compass. Oh, and I can go ahead and make paper. That'll work. So if we take a compass and we surround it with paper, I think we get a level 1 map. Okay. Now what I can't remember is, do you surround it with paper to get a level 2, or do you have to actually activate it to get the level 2? Yep, it's not going to do that for us. So we have to right click. Oh, wrong slot. Okay, right click it. And now we have a map of the area. Now let's place it back and see what happens. Map number 18. Wonder why it's numbering them. Okay, map number 18. Did it get to be a bigger map? Yes, it did. Awesome. Okay, and then I will need to run around and explore the area. Now what I don't know is a map this size going to serve my interests, or would the first level map serve my interests? And I may waste some paper and compasses. Compasses? How do you pluralize that? Compasses. The directional devices that we use to make maps. Yeah, there we go. I may end up wasting a couple of those trying out different map levels. But I'm going to need some map levels to do some detailed map designs of the town, of the area we're working with, and a few other things as well. So what I've got to get to doing is doing some tests with these maps and see if I can find a level and a design that I like. We need to finish up this structure right here, and then I need to tie everything together and show you what in the world is this structure going to be about. Why do I have maps in my hand, and what's that going to be about? And some of you more astute viewers, as usual, I have a tendency to leave just enough breadcrumbs on the ground that some of y'all can kind of figure out what Piggy is up to. What are we doing here? So I'm going to unload this junk. I actually need that map. You come here, map. We need you. Map 19 now. I thought it was 18. Huh, that's weird. Okay, so I'm going to get to making a few more maps and do some testing, and I'll bring you back and show you the mess actually cleaned up and actually being a structure. Alright everybody, the sun is going down. The sun goes down and the moon goes up. Always the crazy archaic references to songs that only Piggy and a handful of people know. Come here, you get wrecked. No. There you go. Darn it. Now, I saw particles fly that looked like grass. I'm going to have to go back and watch. Did that destroy any flowers? I don't think it did, because we've got the whole system set up where it's supposed to make it where you don't end up with damage from creepers. So, but here we go. This is what we got going on. We've got a reason to use our bow and arrow. That's what we got going on. Mr. Spider, out of here. Mr. Zombie Face, come here. Quit peeking. Can I get his shoulder? Nice. Oh, there we go. All right, so stop doing that, Piggy. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward before you get rushed. And you just keep moving. So we've got the street set up. It's a little bit less beat up than these side streets. I felt like these were probably going to be more streets that were either heavily used, or like back in here, they're not maintained as well just because they're kind of side streets. So it seemed like this spot right here, the road needed to have a little bit less damage to it. But we have got ourselves a map house. Now see how this is lighting up? See how all this area is lit now that we've got the glowstone? We don't see any particle effects going on. You get out of here because you're going to shoot and you're going to mess up the maps. You missed. That was close. You go away. You go away. It's Mob Central over here. But this is the two maps that I've been slowly working on. We can see right here is the town. That's how big it's showing up on that map. And way down there is the mesa biome where we go to get hardened clay. Or now it's called hardened terracotta or something like that. Terracotta. Now, what I didn't realize is if you didn't uncover a map, it shows the map from behind, or the picture frames. That's different. But this is what I worked on. This is our total area. We managed to get the bird to show up. There's the iron farm. Here is the map house right here, which usually I hate having your little icon show up. But that's kind of cool because it says, this is where you are. You're right here, right in this spot. Not like sideways on the wall, but if we could helicopter over, that's where you would be. So we've got all the different builds going on in the mine village right there, the municipal district. There's the clock. We've got the tree farm and everything. Oh, I didn't even think that would show up. Right there is that weird little cobble bridge that I need to get rid of where the food farm is buried under the water. And somewhere right over in there is where the skeleton farm is. We might need to build something just so it shows up on the map. But I thought that would be cool, is that we could have a map of the area that we're working on where most of the stuff is going on, but then we could also have a map of the area at large, the world at large. And as we can see, there is a lot of area to fill that in that I have yet. Nope, not that. Eat that. And don't do that. Try to eat some food and make a mess. So I needed to finish this off. I wanted it to look like we had... Oh, how is it that I'm clicking all the wrong buttons? Clicking the button in all the wrong places. Come here and put that there. That and that. And so now we've got like little planter boxes with some trees. And they're not so green right now because we still have autumn. But those will be fixed soon enough. When spring comes back around, everything will be good. So I left this open as another option for another kind of big array. And then these smaller spots, I'm thinking I want to place smaller maps in there. So like we've got the map when we found the woodland village, we can put that in there. Just, leaving open options for whatever we do. Now I wish if you had a single map in an item frame. See how you've got the border? It used to be that you would see the border and this map would be smaller and fit in there. I wish they would do that. I wish they would make it where if it was a singular map, you could see the border. And if it was a large map like this, then the border went away. But you can't have everything, I guess. You can't have everything that you want. But that is going to be today's project. I want you to build a house or a structure for maps. The maps for your world and what you're doing. Now I want you to take pictures of it, and I want you to send it to me on Twitter so I can tweet it out for everybody else to see. Remember, you can be in Pocket Edition, you can be in Console. Let's come outside and just see the nice clear sky, shall we? Creative version, you can be, playing survival. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. Just want to share the builds. Just want to see what the builds look like. And it looks like I'm probably eventually going to need to add some vegetation out here. Trees, maybe a little park, or something like that. Because I like the builds, but the area's not quite congealing yet. It still needs a little something to pull it together. It needs you to pull it together, doesn't it? Pull it together, sir. Well, maybe not you. Maybe your cousin. But, and the autumn thing, which has got about a month left before official winter shows up. So come over here and look at this really nice diorama going on. But like I said, that's going to be today's project. You get your projects built. I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned up and get ready for next episode. And that's when I hope to see you again in the next episode.